Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. This is a game week review for game week 31. How is everyone doing? Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't even know where to start this video. I mean, I just feel like there's a lot that's been happening that I need to talk about with my that I couldn't cover all in my last video. I mean, if you remember, I played my wild card on game week 31. Maybe I'll start with the positives, okay? The only positives, I guess, is that on wild card, not playing wildcard on game week 30, is that I had the likes of Buemo and who else returned big for me. Two players that I would have shipped out off my team if it wasn't a wildcard, and I was in a green arrow on game week 30, even though I didn't play the wildcard, which was a surprise because you would think like, oh, the wildcard people have the benefit because I wasn't very comfortable on my team. Buemo didn't he play Newcastle away? Got a penalty. And another player that would have, sold in my wild card who returned big. I can't remember right now who. I can check that later. But the wild card 31 turned out to be for me just like wild card 30 turned out to be for people who wild card and wild card 30, and that's shit. Shit. First of all, I wasn't even. I didn't like any of the drafts. If you remember on my last video, I wasn't set on a wild card draft. That was on Thursday. Same with Friday. And then on Saturday morning, 10 minutes before deadline actually, something magical happened. I just found like something that I was just suddenly super happy with two moves. I was like, oh my god. I just sat on it, didn't even think more about it. I was like, boom, boom, boom. I made the moves. And so this is the thing, right? I didn't like, so I had on my attack, I mean, I should go on my phone right now. I just want to get this out of the way before I go into and check how the team did. On my attack, I had the regular attack, the Marmoush, Isak, and Mateta. On defense, I had the likes of, Saliba I had brought in because the Gabriel got injured. And I felt lucky for that too. That's another positive, even though Saliba blanked. And I had Guardiol, who I benched. Oh my god, I can't even believe I benched Guardiol. But like, who would I play him for? I had Munoz, I had, I don't know who the other ones. I had Milenkovic, who I sold for Konsa because I wanted to get some doublers for both 32 and 33. I brought in Emi Martinez instead of Areola because of the double and the goalkeeper. And then my midfield was the one I wasn't happy with because I had brought in Saka and I wanted to have Saka. I had Salah, I had Eze, and then I had two places. And I just didn't know who to go for because I didn't like going without Palmer. And it felt stupid to sell Saka, who I brought in early to cash the price rise, to sell Saka to bring in Palmer because I was dreading not having Palmer against Ipswich at home this game week. And then suddenly I just realized with two moves, I was just playing around, like selling different players and checking. I realized if I sold Mateta to Evan Nilsson, I could afford to have Palmer, Saka, and Salah. And I was like, boom, this is it. This is my wildcard. I don't even have to think. This is fire. And then what happens? Palmer benched. Cummins for a cameo for 1 point. Saka benched. Cummins for a cameo, 1 point. Salah blanks, 2 points. Premium, but the P is silent. Premium players. All shit the bed. The only positive in that for this game week, I can't speak too early, is that Evan Nilsson outscored Mateta. And Mateta, by the way, scored so early. I was like, oh my god, this is going horrible already. But then Evan Nilsson scored 2, and I was like, okay, this is not going so bad after all. But let's just jump in straight into it because I already rumbled a lot. Let's just go to the fantasy app over here. One more time. Let's just go to fantasy app over here. Go to fantasy. I'm on 31 points right now, which is horrible. I'm on a red arrow. I mean, it's not a huge red arrow. I was 9,000 something. I'm 10,900, almost 11,000. But I still have my captain Isak to play tonight, and 2 other Newcastle players. So Murphy and let's just go here. No, not big team points. My old wild card was gonna have. My plan was to bring in Gordon, but because he was injured or not sure to start, I just got cooled off on Gordon. I was like, I don't want to bring in Gordon and then he doesn't start and then I have to, sell him for Murphy. We don't know how long it's going to be, blah, blah, blah. And everybody has Murphy anyways. He's more more owned than Gordon. So I was like, okay. But because Murphy is so cheap, and I wanted to have Ismail Assar over Eze, which wasn't really a good decision because Eze, he had 2 assists and he got 9 pointers. Whoever got Eze. I mean, whoever has Eze and both Rogers. Rogers also I wanted to have. But then because I brought in Palmer, so the idea was to have Murphy, Saka, Salah, Sar, and Rogers. But I have so much money in the bank. And then, so I sold Mateta for Evan Nilsson and brought in Palmer instead of Rogers. Because then I thought I can sell Palmer on GameWeek 33 before the Aston Villa double and bring in Rogers for the double. Yeah, that didn't turn out well. Even though the team on paper just looked... I mean, you can imagine. Now it's easy to say in the hindsight, but you can imagine me having Salah, Palmer, Saka, Marmoush, Isak, Evan Nilsson. It looked amazing on paper. But this is it. I mean, double Arsenal clean sheet. Shit the bed. Could I have played Guardiola? Maybe. I didn't think too much about it. I don't know why I didn't think too much about it. Especially having double Arsenal. Because I feel like I could have played Raya and putting Guardiola instead of Saliba. Just 50-50 in case one of them keeps a clean sheet and doesn't. I mean, the upside is if Arsenal keeps a clean sheet, I get 2 clean sheets. If they don't, I would have gotten 1, you know. But yeah, it's just super disappointing I didn't start Guardiola. Super disappointing Arsenal conceded from a penalty, which in my opinion wasn't a penalty. I'm not saying that as an Arsenal fan. Munoz, a hero again. Wow, this guy is just, I don't know, at this point needs a statue. Even when they concede, he goes and scores a goal. Amazing. As I said, the midfield just horrible. All the 3 premiums, the most expensive players on fantasy, barring Holland, which I don't have. The second most expensive, third most expensive, and fourth most expensive player, all blanked. Saka 1, Palmer 1, Salah 2. I mean, disgusting. Just disgusting to see that midfield. You would expect most of the points to come from these sources, and none of them came. And then Evan Nilsson, as I said, wow, I was super happy. At least one thing went right this week for me, and that's Evan Nilsson. Especially considering that I had Mateta in my draft, and I was going to have Mateta. And Triple Palace for the double now. Now I don't have Mateta. I'm going to have 5 doubling players instead of 6. But, it's worth it, at least for Evan Nilsson. I mean, unless Mateta goes on and murders me this game week for the double. Isak captain tonight. Let's see how that goes. Both other captains blanked. Or most captains, like Palmer and Salah. So, whatever he does, it's not going to get worse, probably. And Marmoush, another disappointing with 2 points. Horrible match, by the way, yesterday. Just boring watch. In general, matches have been... I've been so unexcited to watch Premier League matches, which is really unusual. Like, the last few years, I've been super excited. It's just getting worse and worse, so robotic. Everybody's complaining. I don't want to be a cliche now. And just joining the bandwagon of shitting on the Premier League. But it's just not exciting at the moment. But yeah, this is it. I'm 31 points with 3 players to go tonight. Let's see how that goes. If we go to pick team now, let's check the team for the next week. So, my plan initially is to bench boost on GameWeek 33. Somebody... I mean, I haven't thought too much about it because I had planned this long term before I knew these doubles are going to be shit. But... yeah. It's not looking good because this game week, you could see on my bench I have Raya, Brentford away, Evan Nilsson, Fulham at home, which isn't a bad match, Konsa, Southampton away, which isn't a bad match, and Guardiola, Crystal Palace at home. So I could bench boost this week, but in my head I was like, oh, I'm going to have more doubles. But I'm only going to have, when you think of it, I'm only going to have Martinez as a double if I bench boost next week. And then the other players, I don't know if they have, like Evan Nilsson, who is he going to play? Crystal Palace. So I'm going to make two transfers, obviously, before GameWeek 33. I'm going to bring in Rogers for Murphy. And I'm going to sell Palmer for, I don't know, Savinho or someone else. Actually, I'm going to have to think about it because Savinho got benched. So we'll have to see about that. Definitely going to bring in Rogers. But yeah, I'm just... I mean, I still have my triple captain. I was supposed to play this game week, and I'm still probably going to play an Isak. I haven't activated it yet because I have to see if Isak starts and how he does this week, and then wait and see how his injury is. I don't want to risk my triple captain. I haven't saved it until now. But yeah, I have 5 doublers. The Newcastle players I'm happy with. 2 home games. The reason why I wasn't too keen on having triple Crystal Palace is because they have Man City away and Newcastle away, which are not easy matches. I'm still going to play both of them. Yeah. And then I'm probably Saliba, Brentford. I'm either going to play Saliba and Martinez or Raya and, Konsa or Guardiola. I don't know. I don't even know who to start at this point because I feel like this bench, I could start all of them. So one of them is going to hurt me. Maybe 2. Maybe all 3 of them are going to hurt me. Konsa, Southampton at home. That could easily be a clean sheet. Southampton already relegated. Guardiola, Crystal Palace at home. The only reason he's on my bench is because I have, double Crystal Palace already. So I would want my attackers. I don't like that logic, but it is what it is. He's on the bench. But I would expect Crystal Palace to score, at least. Brentford could score either, but, And Evan Nielsen over who? Over Marmoush. Over Saka. Over Salah. Over Palmer. I can't bench one of the doubles. Or the players who have a double, so I have to see about that. I'm still undecisive on my team. We'll talk about that in the team selection. But if we go back to transfers over here. Yeah. So I'll have 2 free transfers. On hindsight, I'm just so disappointed with both Palmer and Saka. I was hoping that I'm going to... in my head, I was fantasizing this wild card is going to be such a hit. Because, I have a good team value. I still have 0.5 on the bench with owning all Saka, Palmer, Salah, Isak, Marmoush, Guardiola, Saliba, all of these. So I just don't know. So the idea is on Game Week 33, sell Murphy because he doesn't have a double. Or, I don't know, because they don't have a double, but they have who they're playing. No, they're playing Aston Villa away. But after that, Ipswich at home after Aston Villa away, so I don't know about that. We'll have to see. If I'm bringing 2 players, I'm going to sell Murphy and Palmer, because who they play? Everton. No, they play Fulham away, but Everton at home after that. But the fixtures at the end are not so good. So I could bring in Rodgers, who, by the way, he's been amazing. Not Rashford. That's the thing with Rashford and Asensio. Their minutes are not... Rodgers is the only one in Aston Villa. I trust the minutes. But also, I would have loved to have Watkins, but I just don't know who to sell. Actually, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ooh. If I bring in Rodgers for Palmer... No, then I will need 3 free transfers. No, let's just keep on Murphy and bring in Rodgers for Palmer. Oh, this is going to be fire. Rodgers for Palmer. Now I can sell Evan Nielsen for Watkins. No, why? Oh shit, I have Konsa and Martinez. No. You see? This is why you do long-term planning and you think about these shits. So that would mean I would need to take a -4 to sell Martinez or Konsa in order to own Watkins. And what's their fixtures after that? Man City away. That's not a good fixture. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, it's not ideal at this moment. But I could have 3 here. So I would have 3 Aston Villa. I would have 2 City. I would bring another City, maybe, if I sold Rodgers. But in attack, that's the thing. I can't sell Evan Nielsen for an attacker. So I have 2 City. I would have 3 Villa, 3 Arsenal, and 2 Crystal Palace. So I could sell Evan Nielsen for Mateta. I can bring these 2. So I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 doublers I could field in Game Week 33. And their double is Bournemouth at home, Arsenal away. Both of their doublers, the Crystal Palace, are horrible. But, you never know. You never know how the other teams are in what moment. Arsenal are probably going to just, The league is done, so they're probably just going to focus on the Champions League. So this would be my bench boost. 33. Yeah. And who are they playing? Aston Villa away. That's not ideal again. It's not ideal. Especially that I have double Aston Villa defense. Yeah. It's as I said, I mean both double game week 32 and 33 is just rubbish. Because the expectations from at least from my side were big, and then and they didn't turn out to be how I expected them to be. So now I'm stuck here with the chips and not knowing what to do. But it's okay. I mean, it's fine. Things can change. I mean, let's see how things go. But yeah, we'll talk about that on team selection. On team selection video on Thursday. But yeah, this is how the team is looking quickly for double game week 32. So I have, as I said, 5 doublers, not 6. I have double Crystal Palace, Ismail Assad and Munoz. Maybe Munoz fine, but Assad, I mean, especially missing out on Eze and Mateta, which a lot of people are gonna have. That's not gonna be good. But I'll have to think about that. What do I do? But having Palmer Ipswich at home, if he does start and doesn't get rotated, that's the whole reason why I wanted to have this team. That gives me a bit of confidence, because I feel like he is due a big return, a haul. Same with Saka, Brentford at home. But Saka is playing between Madrid games, so I don't know about that. I mean, yeah. This is it. I'm not super happy, as I said. I wasn't super happy with the wild card. I'm not super happy how the game week went. I'm not super happy with the doubles. But I'm just going to have to navigate through it. And free hit on 34. That when the time comes, we'll talk about that. But yeah, it's just... The alternative in general are very rubbish in midfield, because you don't know who to bring. All minutes risk, or playing for shitty teams, or just injured. A lot of that. But yeah. I think I'll leave it here. It's been long enough already. Let's see how Newcastle does tonight. Hopefully Isak. I mean, I don't know if I can get a green arrow, because a lot of people own a triple Newcastle anyway. So I'm on a red arrow by a margin of 4 points, and that just because of Guardiola yesterday. So if I'd played Guardiola, it would have been better, but whoever. So let's see. Good luck to you. Well, I'll see you on Thursday for team selection. Maybe my thoughts will be clearer then. But yeah, thank you for watching again. Please like and subscribe, support us, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye. Subscribe. Come on. Just do it. I'm waiting. Just do it.